Family, welcome back to another video. Calisthenics is an amazing discipline. That's why 90% of our content is teaching you how to do calisthenics in a proper way. However, with everything that is great, there are some problems or some issues to it, which we're going to be solving one by one on this video so we can all make progress in an effective, safe, and fast manner. Stay tuned for the video. Let's fucking go.
So let's begin with problem number one, which is training with an inconsistent setup. You already have one variable, which is your body weight when you're training with calisthenics. You don't want to add more to it. Even a slight change of angle will add load into the exercise, making it harder to track your progress and manage the intensity of the exercise. So what do we do? What's the solution here? You can use your body to measure your setup anywhere you go. For instance, with rings, you can use them in your body to measure the height between them and the anchor point by using reference points such as the ankles, hips, or take steps to set up for exercises such as pike push-ups. So make sure you pay attention to it so you can track your progress effectively.
And the second problem with calisthenics is going to be program deviation or random attempts. Some of us train alone, but many of us train in parks. That's actually how the sport developed itself at the beginning, which is training with your friends. Your friend does a combo, you do a combo, and we simply have fun. And that is maybe not part of the program. Now, it is a great thing because we are building a community and we are having fun, and it can actually lead to extra gains, but it can also lead to some problems. For example, the muscle up. If you go to a park with your friends, you are probably going to be doing muscle ups. Why do I make emphasis with the muscle up? Is because many of us don't have muscle ups included in our training plans. We don't have like 3 sets of 10 muscle ups within our training week. So we don't do muscle ups for a month on end. Then you go on the weekends and you train with your buddies, and then you try 30, 40, 50 muscle ups, which puts a lot of pressure, especially on the forearm flexors. And then you're wondering why you got golfer's elbow out of the sudden. What is the solution? I wouldn't stop doing it just because it is the nature of the sport. It is fun, it is enjoyable, but just know the risk. Do not abuse those attempts. Don't try to do full planche push-ups when you are training planche leans. Be aware of your limits. Maybe cut down on your main sessions based on all the attempts that you did with your friends. Don't abuse it. If you really want to progress on a particular skill or on a particular area, you're better off sticking to the program the best that you can. But again, we're not machines, so have fun, be careful, stay mindful. We'll see you on the next one.
So the next problem is the paralysis of choice. We got countless of calisthenic skills, and that's the beauty of it, that you can do so many things with your body. That's why some prefer this as opposed to weightlifting. However, it can be very, very, very tempting to keep adding goals to your shopping list without being mindful of how taxing certain exercises are. And you keep switching between, now I want to get the V-sit, I saw Gava doing a V-sit, now I want to do that, and then also a handstand, but I also would like a one-arm chin-up. Then you just end up being confused, being completely exhausted. So just pick 2 or 3 goals, stick to them, and if you want a clear guide on which ones to pick first, we've made a video about it, so you can dive deep into it and pick the goals that you want to focus on.
Alright, family, we have to talk about legs. We're calling this one the chicken leg syndrome. We calisthenics athletes have a bad reputation when it comes to training legs. We mainly use joggers so we don't show our legs. Not all of us, but some of us, and it depends on the stage of your calisthenics journey, and it depends also on what you want. So I want to take this into 2 separate routes, which is the first one is if you want to compete, whether it is on power free, which is mainly statics, planches, levers, or freestyling, which is a combination of 360s and things on the bar, combining with statics. If you want to be the best in the world, you're better off not training legs at all. And yes, I say that, you are better off not training legs at all because there's really no benefit whatsoever. Some people could argue that it increases your testosterone, which is going to make you stronger on your upper body. No. All that is BS. If you want to freestyle in calisthenics, you're better off not training legs. Period, simple, if you want to be the best. Now, if you want to have a well-rounded body while getting a planche, it is absolutely possible. Just understand the cost. There is no benefits of doing barbell squats when you're trying to get the planche. Period. Your recovery is going to be compromised. You're going to be using a session that you could use for recovery or that you could use for your planche to do barbell squats and deadlift. Worth mentioning that training legs affects more the horizontal positions such as levers and planches, and not so much the vertical positions as handstand push-ups and pull-ups, for example. That is on the competition side. Now on the other side, we have the fact that we can build a strong and powerful legs with calisthenics. But again, if you want massive legs, you're better off using weights. So now the solutions, I already mentioned a few. If you want massive legs, you're better off using weights. If you want to compete, you're better off not training legs at all. If you want the best of both worlds, you can do whatever you want, really. If you want a deep dive on how to train legs for calisthenics skills, leave it in the comment section down below and we'll make that happen. See you on the next one.
Now we're going to address the lack of isolation in calisthenics. Almost all calisthenics moves are compound movements, and that's why it works, because we eat pull-ups, dips, rows, and that's why we get so strong, forgetting that we're just as strong as our weakest link. And that weak link needs isolation. Certainly, we have bodyweight isolation exercises, such as bodyweight tricep extensions or ring bicep curls, which are great exercises, but the issue is that they require more than just the muscle that you want to target. For example, during a bodyweight tricep extension, you're literally in a plank position. The thing is that with those bodyweight isolation movements, the fatigue is way too high for the stimulus that you're looking for. Therefore, you might be better off using external equipment. Stop being dogmatic about not wanting to lift weights because you train calisthenics. Use the tools that you have at your disposal to get the job done.
And the last one is going to be basics are not basics. What the hell is that? Let me explain. So we know as basics of calisthenics, push-ups, rows, pull-ups, dips, and pike push-ups for the upper body and squats for the lower body. So the number one problem, which is not this problem actually, is that we skip the basics and we just try to do advanced skills when we haven't even built that strong foundation. That's a topic for an entirely different video. Please focus on the basics, build a strong foundation, and then go to all the amazing skills that you want to build. But with that out of the way, all those so-called basics are not really basics. A pull-up is a really complex movement that involves shoulder extension with elbow flexion, with shoulder adduction. You don't need to remember all that, but it's a pretty complex movement that involves your entire body to perform it correctly. And if you get a untrained beginner to just do pull-ups or even banded pull-ups or even worse, negative pull-ups, they're going to struggle because they don't even know how to grab the bar. They don't even know how to hang. That's what I mean by basics are not basics for many people. So let's redefine basics and understand that basics might not be a push-up, might be a plank. Might not be a dip, might be a top support assisted with your feet. Might not be a pull-up, might be an assisted active or passive hang. Might not be a row, might be simply scapula row. Building that foundation is going to lead to building those basics, and building those basics are going to lead to those advanced and impressive skills that we all want to get. We can take this advice from gymnasts who train from very young age, 5-7 years old. They start doing hangs, they start doing top supports, they build their connective tissue, they build their muscle mass over time, and they get to advanced positions because they respect the progressions. So understand your limitations, understand which areas you need to improve the most, understand where you're coming from in your individual fitness journey. This is not a race, this is you versus you. If you're looking to put all this information into an actionable step-by-step program that you simply have to execute without having to overthink anything, we just released our new SaturnoMovement app. There you can find all our guided programs and workouts in an easy to navigate place. If you're new to calisthenics, you can start with our free calisthenics guide that will teach you the best, safest and fastest way to progress in your calisthenics journey. We teach you proper equipment setup, you can track all your results in the app, you'll learn all the skills in a systematic way. We do not overlook lower body training, but also give you options if you don't want to train legs. We incorporate isolation movements because we know the value of them, and we make sure that you build a strong and solid foundation from the start. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what else would you like to see on this channel. Please just come here because you're never here. Say bye to the camera. We'd love to see you on the next one as usual. Let us know down below what else we'd like to see. And stay tuned for the next one. Peace out.